Hey, it's JJ. Welcome back to my channel. So if you would like to know what are the Pinterest marketing trends for 2021 and beyond that you need to know to grow your Pinterest account, to use Pinterest for business, then I invite you to stay tuned to the other side of the intro. This is JJ. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, you might notice that I have a new background. I'm normally inside my dining room, which is really bright and sunny. So I've decided to come up to my son's room. He's gone off to college. And I love this little placard. He says, be human, be kind, be both. And also, you might also know that I've changed my hair. I've had faux locks. Those weren't real dreadlocks. Blonde faux locks for the longest time. And I decided to switch it up a little bit. So that's everything is new. But that's not what you're here for. You're here to know what are the 2021 Pinterest marketing strategies and tactics that you need to know. The first thing I think you need to know is shift your mindset, where for the longest time, those of us, especially content creators, have relied on Pinterest to drive traffic to our website. And we've used it as a traffic driving tool. And so what's caused a lot of frustration with us is the fact that Pinterest has shifted its business model. It's moved around its interface. It's changed a lot of things where it's not necessarily driving traffic to the same extent and also the same levels as before. And so that's causing some content creators like myself to want to abandon the platform. So for those of you who are deciding to stay, because I think it's actually still a wonderful marketing and brand and then a wonderful tool for us, is that you need to have a duality where you're not just looking at Pinterest as a source for driving traffic, but you're also using it as a brand elevation. Now that's important whether you are a product or service provider or e-commerce shop, or if you are providing information because you are a YouTuber, a podcaster, a blogger, a vlogger, or someone who is providing informational, so you're like an infopreneur. So it's two different dualities of it. So think of it as you are now being there's a huge millions and millions of new people who didn't know you exist. There's a term for it called cold traffic. You are now introducing millions of new people to your brand, and they're getting to fall in love with you, and they're getting to see your personality through your Pinterest page, through your pins, and that there's value in that. So I think the first thing you need to do for 2021 is also think of Pinterest as a brand elevation resource and tool. The second thing I think you need to know about Pinterest marketing for 2020 and beyond is that Pinterest has made it easier for you to know how it considers your account and your pins. And the way you simply figure this out, and I was looking at a Social Media Examiner video from Jennifer, I forget Jennifer's last name, I'll put it here. And she did a wonderful breakdown. So I invite you to look at her channel. Look at her video. And you could do a keyword search or just do a search for whatever product or whatever service or whatever you're blogging about or you're vlogging about, whatever content you're putting out in the world, search it in Pinterest. So when you search that, you're gonna get one of two things. If your product or whatever you type up comes up with the shop tab, that means Pinterest is considering you more as a e-commerce sort of content creator. Now, if it doesn't come up the shop tab and instead you get these little small bubbles underneath it, that tells you that you are an info-based account. And so that's how Pinterest is considering you. So that's going to decide how you move forward and what type of pins you create and how you target your audience and your Pinterest marketing. Okay, so number 3, now that you have used Pinterest's search tools to determine if Pinterest considers you more of a brand and e-commerce sort of account or an info-based account, now you know if it's an e-commerce sort of account, then you know two things you want to consider. Either if you have an actual a website, Shopify, or some sort of actual commerce page or website or brand, that you can consider applying for the Verified Merchants Program. I talk about it in this video, how that works and how you can sign up for it and the benefits and value of it. And I also talk about it in this video as well. So you want to check these two videos out. And then also I learned from a good friend, Megan Williamson. I always talk about her in my videos. I highly recommend it. That she's communicating with Pinterest, and she has a great relationship that Pinterest is working on optimizing and updating its product tagging functions to make it easier and more seamless. So if you are not part of the Verified Merchant Program, however, you are a small commerce, or you're all small product manufacturer or service provider, that you are able to make sure that your products get in front of pinners and get attached to pinners or be associated with pins, and that you can set up your account and your pins, whether you're doing organic or whether you're going to do paid traffic, so so it gets to the right audience and is properly indexed. Now, on the flip side, if you're an infomercial, that info-based sort of product that tells you, one, if you don't have a blog on your website, you want to get one. And I talk about it in this video, how to set up a WordPress blog using Dreamhost. And then below, I have a link to a blog post I did that would walk you through how to start your own blog. So you can create your own blog and then link it to your product, your page or your brand page, because you need that for Google search. So Google knows your account is active and helps sit in Google search and also in Pinterest. And also you need that blog so you can actually create pins associated with the blogs. You can set up the Pinterest, and then when you do a search to look at associated pins, the pins that come up, the ones that are most attractive, you want to see the ones that attract you and replicate that success and differentiate it slightly so you stand out a little bit. But that's your strategy, is to get a blog, do some beautiful pins, use tools like Canva, PicMonkey, and now Tailwind has a new Tailwind Creates program. Use that definitely to create wonderful pins so that you can attract people to your site. The fourth thing you need to know about Pinterest in 2021 and beyond is that Pinterest has two different types of, they're attracting two different types of users. Traditionally, pinners and people and users of Pinterest are in it for the long haul. They are planners. So they create these boards, perhaps to have their DIY projects, an event they're planning for the future, an outfit they want to wear. They're planning recipes for the day. So they're creating these boards because in the future, they plan to return back to those boards when they want to make that product, when they want to do that project or that recipe, or when they want to actually plan out that event. So then they'll purchase any product that's associated with that they had pinned on that board. So it's the long game. So you're not in Pinterest instantly. However, because as I stated in this video, Pinterest is skewing younger, and also the younger audiences are used to shopping on platform. And I stated in this video that Pinterest is actually moving forward towards being a visual, a sort of a digital shopping mall, that they are now targeting the impulse, maybe short-term buyer, the person who just gets on and makes a quick decision that they want to buy something and they want to buy on platform. So you just have to be aware of that in 2020 beyond, that that's a new focus of theirs. So as you approach your Pinterest marketing strategy, just, decide you can mix it up. You can do a little bit of short-term game, you do a bit of long-term game, but being aware that it's attracting short-term audiences and its business moves and its way it positions and adjusts its functionalities, maybe to also attract those short-term users. And that's just something that you need to take into account. And the purpose of that is really just to ease some of your frustration or your tension or anxiety over not understanding where the brand is going. So if you know that there's new types of audiences on there, you may calm down and say, they're not my audience. They're on here, and this platform is actually catering to them, but it's okay because it's still catering to the long-term people, and the long-term people, they're still here. And so that will give you a sense of calm. So the purpose of that one is just to help you calm down a little bit and don't panic about the changes. Okay, so that was number 5. Number 6. You need to be aware of the various different surfaces that your product or your pins will appear on Pinterest. Now, maybe a year or two ago, they were different. They're constantly shifting. If you look at my Pinterest marketing videos and my Pinterest related videos that I've had on this channel for the past, year or so, it's changed a lot. They've moved things around. You no longer can even just go straight to someone's board anymore. It's really, really hard to find their boards. And that's because they're trying to adjust the UX, the user experience, for the casual user, not necessarily for you business people. So you business people have to adjust. So you need to know the 5 different surfaces that your pin's going to appear. They're going to appear in the search tab. When someone does a search, your pin's going to pop up. So it's going to be a search. They're going to appear in the home feed. So when someone just logs on just to their account and they go into the home feed, if they are following your account or whoever you're following, you're going to see their pins in your home feed, like when you just log onto your site. The other place you're going to find them is the more like this. So usually after someone searches something and they find something, your pin may show up in the more like this. That's usually right underneath it. And they're saying, if you like this pin, you like this content, here's more content like this, and you're most likely to share up there. You also show up in the following tab. So there's like the followers, like who you're following, who your followers are, and then who you are following. So whoever you're following, that's where your content is going to show. Someone clicks that tab, you may show up in that tab. So that's a little bit different from just when someone opens their account and your pin just happens to pop up in their feed because you just just pin something. That's different from going to following tab, where they're going to see all the people they purposely decided to follow, what they just posted. And the final place is in the today section. So in the today section, it's sort of like where, like, in today, this is what this person pinned versus the following pin, which is different. The today and the following, I love those places because that's where I get ideas. I usually repin content. I know some people say don't even pin fresh content, but that's where I repin content from the following or the today, because I know it's today, it's current. But you're more likely going to show up in the search. You're more likely going to show up when someone opens up their page if you just finished pinning, and you're also more likely to show in the More Like This tab. So that's just something that you need to know going forward, that you want to be attractive. So when someone does show up, that your pin pops and attracts their attention and they want to click it. The seventh thing you need to know for 2021, if you haven't already been doing it, is include a call to action in all pins that have text overlay. Now, we know that not all pins have text overlay. In some industries, in design, for example, if you search a sort of thing like bedroom, this is like a teen bedroom, you're not going to see a lot of pins with actual images. You'll just see the actual bedroom. However, for those that have text overlay, what you have an opportunity to do is have a call to action. Essentially, you're saying, look now, shop now, download this, test drive, view the video. So essentially telling people a call to action after they see the pin, what next step to take. Because before this, maybe a year, 2, 3, 4 years ago, it was intuitive and everyone knew that when you go to Pinterest and you see a pin, that to get more information, you just had to click through, and you knew for the most part that the person who pinned that pin on there wanted you to click through. Like that was, sorry, I had a call coming through. So that was the purpose of them wanting that. They knew that you want them to click through, so you didn't have to tell them that. I hired someone, and I'm also right now in the process of redoing some of my old pins that's going to my courses, my lead magnets, my affiliate rich blog posts, and I am actually redoing them to add call to action. So do as I do, and because you now have to add that call to action on your pin, because it's no longer necessarily intuitive. You have new types of users on there, and also Pinterest isn't necessarily helping you, and also the platform has changed so much. So that's what you want to do. You want to have a call to action to every pin if possible. Not the pins that don't, just a product pin, or just an image pin, but you definitely want to have call to actions. Number 8, related to call to action, something else that you want to do if you might not have done it before is differentiate your pins. For a long time before, you just wanted to be like everyone else. Like you wanted to, like, I think Jennifer's example was that if you type in mac and cheese in search, you're going to see a lot of mac and cheese images that look almost exactly the same. So what you want to do is be that pin that differentiates yourself. It's no longer cute and cool to just blend in, because someone has to make a decision. And so you want that decision to be your pin. So you find a differentiator. I always say, for example, I typed in something related to like baby showers, and they got a lot of little kids, and they got a lot of pinks. It was a baby shower for a girl. It was a lot of pink, a lot of, sort of, the pins all look the same, for example, but there was one pin that was brown. And because it was brown, it was baby shower for girls. That brown pin stood out, and I'm sure it had lots of clicks because people want to know, they want to see that because that's something a little bit different than before. So whatever it is, and I also did this video on what made these 5 videos go viral. And the things that made it viral was that there was, 2 of them was that there was something different about it, something that you're not used to seeing a lot. So in 2021 and beyond, you want to differentiate your pins. Do the research, do the keyword research to make sure that it's what people are searching for. Look at your analytics to see what pins you have that done well, but you always want to replicate whatever you've had successful before, as I've said in this video before. And the other thing, after you look at what works before, you study your analytics, you look at the keywords, then you differentiate your pins. You create a beautiful pin that's similar to the ones that pops up that attracts you, but it's slightly a little differentiate, maybe a little bit more hint to use. It doesn't have to be wildly different, but just a little bit different. And that's what's going to get you attention. That's what's going to get you click through. And that's what's going to drive traffic and drive sales and drive conversions. I'm going to talk about conversions, which is the 9th one. And the final thing is conversions. Pinterest changed the metrics that it shares with you to include new metrics, right? Now, these new metrics, kind of overinflate your monthly viewers. It's like people who looked at your content, not necessarily just from your page, but just overall the whole platform. And so people are getting caught up in all those numbers and seeing that it's so widely inflated. Now, the problem with that is that means nothing. It's just another form of vanity metrics. You can learn from the analytics, but what you want is conversions. You need people to click through and get to your site, because when they get to your site, you're going to get the benefit of that ad clicks towards your clicks per milli CPM rate. If you have an ad, if you have something like Mediavine on your site, it's going to count as a session, which equals money. If you have affiliate links on the post that you're talking about, and if someone purchases an item on on that page and they click, you'll get a commission sale. So that conversion, that's a form of conversion. Another form of conversion, if you have products along my sites, I have the sidebar of my sites, I'm usually selling digital templates. So if someone goes and buy that, that's a conversion. They went from just an average Pinterest user, they click through and they purchase it. So that's conversion into sale. Also, if you have a email capture system and someone decides, I love this person's contact, I love how she speaks, I love what she's talking about, I love the look of her blog, I love the look at this podcast, I want to sign up for their email subscriber list so I can know more. So that is another form of conversions, getting someone on your email capture list. So it's ads, it's affiliate links, and then sponsors. Or you have a sponsor of a post and you do an ad on Pinterest, or you just organically get them through. Your sponsor will be happy to know when you give them the report, these are all the people that saw your product. And especially if you have affiliate linked as well, you get the double bam. You get the sponsors happy, you're getting affiliate commission as well. The sponsors getting funds. So that's another way. So those are conversions. Those are the most important things. And the way you drive conversions is that you differentiate your product and you have a beautiful pins, because beautiful pins work well. But then you have it something to differentiate your project. So look to see what's successful. Look to see the pins that pop up in search and you think they have successful. Replicate their language, twist it a little bit, replicate the way their pins is, adjust it a little bit for yourself slightly, and just do that. It's so simple. I think some people over edit, they overthink, they just want so much to be successful and they put it in their own hands. A lot of times it's like, even for YouTube, I tell this to my YouTubers, like just go to see other people who've done accounts or videos similar to yours in your market, and just replicate them. Because if they replicate their thumbnails almost the same, their titles, the way they did their video, almost the same, and switch it up for yourself. But that says that it resonates with audiences, their thumbnails, their title, their video, similar with Pinterest, whatever your Pinterest title is, your Pinterest image, whatever it is that you have, if it resonates with other audiences because it's coming up at the top of search, it'll resonate for you as well. Go with what works. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you. Those were 9 tips that you need to know for 2021, the new things you need to know for Pinterest marketing going forward. And I think that's it. My next video I'm going to do about Instagram guides. I don't know if it's popping off. I did this video last year and it just got shelved in the middle of the holiday season, in the middle of a couple of more shifts with Pinterest. And then also I got active in Clubhouse and it took up a lot of my time, but I did record that. So I wanted to push that out. And then I'm going to get back to my Pinterest 101 series. So I'm going to start doing videos just for people 101. And below, I'm going to have a how to start a blog, because I think it's important that people have their own platform. And I'm going to have some other links to my own website and some other things that you may find useful and beneficial to launch your Pinterest marketing strategy for 2021 and beyond. And so you are a rock star and you crush it, because I want you to crush it, because I'm trying to crush it. And I'm trying to crush it. I want you to crush it. All right. And also catch me on Clubhouse, JJ Gat. I'm JJ Gat everywhere. I'm JJ Gat on Twitter. I'm JJ Gat on Instagram. I'm JJ Gat on YouTube. I'm JJ Gat on Clubhouse. And jjgat.com, where I have resources, tools, freebies, videos, free courses, also paid. And if you want me to hook up your Pinterest, you want me to audit your Pinterest account, or would you like me to do a Pinterest page for you? I do it for you, services for Pinterest. I do audits as well. And then for the right price, I can coach you. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I have time, actually. No, never mind. I have enough coaching clients. I can't do it. Maybe in the future I'll do a course or something like that. But yeah, never mind. Scratch the coaching thing. But I could do it for you and I could audit your station. Anyway, that's it for me for now. Until the next video, take care, JJ Gat. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, cue my music. Ba-da, ba-da, boom, boom.